Good morning, folks. So I'm going to do a couple of videos on logarithms to supplement the Edgenuity curriculum because I felt it was kind of lacking in a couple of areas to help you really understand what a log was. So first things first is, what is a log? A logarithm is basically just another operation. Like, you can take the log of a number, and it was made for us to be able to solve exponential equations. So it is the inverse of an exponent, okay? So it's just another way to write an exponent. We just kind of rearrange things to our advantage, like what's going to help me solve this. A couple of important things is that the base always has to be bigger than 0, so you can't have any negative bases, and it also can't be 1, okay? So our answer, or that range, right, what y is going to be, is always going to be greater than 0 as well. So when we write an exponent, we always have a base, and it's raised to a power, and it equals something, right? So this is what they look like. B for base, b to the y power is equal to x. That's an exponential. A log is rewriting it as the inverse. So we're going to take the log of that base. So we say of in between. We got to learn how to read it too, because this is brand new to you guys. So this is log of base b, or log base b of x is equal to y. Okay, so this little subscript number is your base, and it's the same as the base of your exponent. So the bases don't change, and you always start with your base when you go to write it, okay? It's all about that base. Okay, so we start here, and we read this again. This is really important. I'm going to underline this. We read this as log base b of x. So these two words you will need to say when you read it, and they are not actually written down, okay? So those are important. So when we come down here, if I have 5 to the second power equals 25, again, that 5 is your base, the 2 is your exponent, and that 25 is that answer, or I'm going to call it the of number because it follows the word of, okay? It doesn't really have a name. In Edgenuity, I think he calls it the argument. I call it the of number. So here, if I want to write it as log, in log form, you literally just write the word log. And then you've got your base. This base is 5. It's the same as the base as the exponent. So we got log base 5 of 25 is equal to 2. Now, if you start with a log and go to the exponent, you still start with the base. It's the same thing. I call it our circle of logs. So you circle your base, right? And then you're going to go over to the opposite side of the equation. So 5 raised to the second power is equal to 25. And it just makes this big circle. Same thing with the exponent. If you start with the 5, circle your base, write it as a log, it'd be log base 5 of 25 is equal to 2. So it's just going to make that big circle every time you go to rewrite it. So let's look at a couple examples. Here I have 2 to the 4th is equal to 16. So if I want to write this in log form, because my instructions say change following exponential equation to log. So I'm going to start with the word log because I want it in log. And then we start with our base. Log base 2 of 16 is equal to 4. And that's because 2 to the 4th power is equal to 16. So it's just a way to rewrite those logs, or rewrite the exponentials, so that we can solve them easier in our calculator. So it's kind of really important you guys have a calculator for this unit. They are on the computers. Like, you could do scientific calculator. I think if you turn your phone landscape, it also does logs. I'm not 100% about that, but I think it does. Or just get a scientific calculator. All right, so my marker stopped working again, so I will pick back up with another video.